Let's start with 1 through 4. Simplify the following expressions so the exponents of the variables are positive. I'm going to pause now and let you write down as many exponent rules as you remember in the space provided. Here are the 6 laws that I can think of. Pause and try to fill them out. Did you get them right? Maybe you put them in your own words, but this is the rules. So let me walk through how to do number 1. The first thing I look for is any 0 exponents. Cross them out. That's a gift. It's an easy one. Now we're going to get rid of any negative exponents. Remember, negative exponent means fraction bar and move it. So this is my negative exponent. I already have the fraction bar. I'm going to move it down. And when I rewrite this, it's going to be a negative 5 y to the 4th on bottom. And on top I have 2 cubed. Well, 2 cubed is just times itself a bunch of times, right? Which is 8. Now I look for 8 and negative 5 since they are like my whole numbers. And I see, does anything simplify? No, it doesn't, so that's my answer. The next one, I still start with 0 exponents. Cross them out, that's a gift. Next thing, you and I might differ, but I am going to move the negative exponent. Now, a negative number is totally fine. It stays where it is. But negative exponent means fraction bar and move it. When you move it, it becomes positive. Now, this entire thing is raised to the 3rd power, which means everything on the inside is being raised to the 3rd power. So this one, that's 3 to the 1st, negative 3 to the 1st, being raised to the 3rd power. And this x squared is being raised to the 3rd power. And we're going to recall when I have an exponent on the outside, what I'm supposed to do with that. Well, let's recall. Negative 3 cubed means I'm taking the negative 3 multiplying itself 3 times. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27 over x squared to the 3rd is going to be 2 times 3 is 6. Nothing I can simplify further. That's your answer. So again, I'm going to start with the negative exponents. This is the only negative exponent on the inside of the parentheses. I always have to clean up the inside first. So the x goes down, the y stays where it is. Now the entire thing is raised to the negative 3rd power. Now this gets a little tricky. My preference is to do this in 2 steps. Do the negative and then the 3. See what that looks like. So if you see, I just flipped the entire thing. Everything on the top went to the bottom. Everything on the bottom went to the top. And now that 3 on the outside is a positive 3. I'm now going to distribute just like it did in number 2 and simplify. Important thing to remember is that a number or a variable without an exponent has the invisible 1. That's what this rule tells us. And when I combine this rule and this rule, I need to make sure that every big number base has a small number exponent. So when I multiply the small numbers, I'm multiplying like small times small. When I distribute the 3, when I multiply the 3 exponent to every exponent on the inside, that's what I get. And now 5 to the 3rd, 2 to the 3rd are small enough numbers that we would expect you to expand those. And that is what I get for number 3. Number 4, I'm multiplying 2 separate things, so I'm going to pretend that this is just one big fraction bar. Simplify each of them. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Simplify as much as I can. Simplify top and bottom, and go. This is where we're going to make sure to do categories. So first thing I look for is any zeros go away. Very nice. Next, I'm going to try to separate this into categories. So remember, we have the numbers, the x's, the y's. There are other variables. I would use those. So see if you can pause now, fill it out, and see if we get the same answer. And hopefully you got that. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up. I'm going to simplify the numbers over here. So I'm going to look at anything on the top, simplifies with anything on the bottom. I see 5s, I see 8s. Let's simplify. You get 5/6. Next up is the x's. I'm going to want to make sure anything without an exponent is a 1. And then since this is negative, I'm going to cross it out and move it to the top. Add your exponents. Get x to the 8th on top. Same thing for the y's. Make sure anything without an exponent is 1 and move the negative 4. And this is what you get.